everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. So today we have got another Planet Zoo video for you, and this one is another franchise zoo episode in Lakefield Zoo, and I'm here with the Asian small clawed otters, which we added last time, and you will notice that we have got a new addition to the otter family. In fact, I think we've got two new additions. We've got two little baby boy otters that were born off camera, and one of them is over here, and they look so cute. Oh, they're so hard to follow and get a good view of. But yes, I'll probably add some name suggestions for these two later on in the episode once we've sort of finished some of the zoo management and maybe done some of the building. So we will definitely be doing that at some point. And it looks like we've got some vet research, so that's good. We're nearly done with the capybaras, and then we were going to do some advanced research, weren't we? Oh no, we've lost one of our giant otters, which is sad. In fact, let's have a look at our giant otters and see how they are doing. So yes, now actually we only have two giant otters, and they can't breed because they are siblings. So it might be worth us getting a new one. And this is probably the best, highest quality one, so I will go for her. Then let's go through all of these animals. So like I say, we've got some new baby otters, and then all of these are breeding. What I might do is I might just put these two on contraceptives because it looks like these two are our alpha pair, and so I'll only have one breeding pair, and then we don't get overcrowded. Our tapirs look fine. Oh, in fact, whilst I'm here, I'll put these on contraceptives. Our capybaras look fine. Our monkeys, we have got no breeding pair. So we've got two elderly females and one young male. So I will go on the animal trading centre and I will get another young girl. None of them are particularly young. This one looks best, so we'll get her. Okay, so that's that sorted. These are okay, but I will get rid of them before they stop being okay. We know what they're like. We obviously lost one of our anteaters. Our breeding female is now elderly, but we have got one baby in there at the minute. So that's fine until she ages up. We have got two little baby giant otters, and we've now got a breeding pair as well for future in there. I don't recognise all of these names for these peafowl, this one and this one. I don't think we named, did we? So I am going to release them to the wild. Hopefully I'm not getting rid of anyone important, and in fact we're just getting rid of all of the ones that aren't breeding peafowl and their babies, aren't we? So I know we named Pippi, but I'm going to release her to the wild anyway. And they're all elderly, so we don't actually have any breeding peafowl at all anymore. Oh, I wish I hadn't have deleted those animals, then we could have used them. Okay, well in that case we'll have to get two more. I'm so stupid, aren't I? There's another gold female white one. So we can get her, and let's get a gold male. They're now in here, and I will send them to the quarantine. And then we don't have any breeding meerkats. They are all young. So we've got some gold ones. So how about we bring off the youngest gold one, which is this boy, and then we purchase another female one for him to breed with. So she looks pretty good. Let's get her. Now we've got a breeding pair, although it might be a matter of them not breeding if there's an alpha female, so we'll see how that goes. We might have to change that. We've got a breeding pair of babirussas, that's fine. We have got a breeding pair of cassowaries, but one of them's still in the trade centre for some reason, so I will sort that out. And then we've got a pregnant sun bear and then their old offspring in the trade centre. So let's go look in the trade centre. I think we will release Rachel to the wild because that would be quite nice. It's quite a few conservation credits there. So there we go. We've got some vet research. Oh, that's excellent. So how about we get our other researcher to do some advanced research? You were all laughing at me in the comments because I'd never heard of it, so that's exciting. This vending machine is broken. I've just requested a mechanic, and then we've got lots of these animals ready to come out of quarantine. So these two are nearest, so let's move them into there. Then let's move this cassowary in here, move this capuchin in here, then this meerkat there, and then finally this giant otter in here. Okay, so I did want to take a look at our education score because we added some speakers and we got the roaming educator update, didn't we? And we sorted out the education talk points as well and things like that. So we've actually got a really quite a good guest education rating. Down here it's still orange, but it's above half, which is good. But in terms of our animal talks, we're getting a load of guests, and let's see, per species. Oh, this is interesting. So we haven't had any animal talks, but we have had some roaming educator scores. We have been getting some animal talks working for the capuchins as well as for the giant anteaters. Not so much for the giant otters, but we did have some roaming educators, so that's good. This is really odd. So we've got really quite high scores for the educators, but not for the talks at all. And I'm not sure if that's because the talk points aren't working or they're just getting counted within the overall educator scores. It might be worth us going to our staff and seeing if we can assign specific tasks to them. We've got 6 educators, and if we go into animal talks, we've got 12 talk points. So that's 2 per educator. So how about we hire, 2 more? Assign them educator entrance. Also, I want to just train up everyone that we can train up as well. So yeah, I've just hired 2 more, and then I'm gonna go to these 2 new ones. So I think you're new, and I'm going to first of all lower your salary, and then I'm gonna make you present roaming talks. That's RE for roaming educator there in her name, and then let's go through the rest of them and put them on animal talks only. So yeah, that's them sorted. Let's take a look at our profit. We have got 9 grand's worth of profit coming in, so that's really good, although it is decreasing, and that is probably largely to do with staff wages and refunds. We're getting refunds, unhappy with their visit. So we could just increase thirst. Let's see if we can look at some of these maps actually. Okay, so we've got some unhappiness because of how clean it is. Okay, we've got some dirty toilet blocks apparently. It was on every 6 months. Should we make it every 3 months? We probably might need to hire some more caretakers. I'm getting the impression that we've not got enough. Thirst, hunger. We've got a lot of comments about umbrellas as well, so maybe we need to start thinking about more shelters for the guests. Hopefully some of these unhappy ones to do with thirst and hunger will go away because we've just added a load of food and drink shops. But just to keep all of the guests happy, I'm going to add another drink shop, I think. So maybe let's add another coffee shop, and we can get rid of that once we start building the restaurant. So I imagine that will come, yes, with a new staff member. So I've just assigned them to the work zone, and I'm going to train them up as well. And whilst I'm here, I'm going to train some more of these vendors up. Some of these are actually fully trained, which is really good. Oh, our capybara is about to have offspring, and that's already got a queue, so that's a good sign. Clearly we needed it. We will be adding this restaurant soon, probably not in this episode because that's going to be a big task and I haven't designed anything. I was thinking for this episode I was just going to add the Binturong here and then finish off this little entrance to this building over here. Oh yes, I said I was going to add some more caretakers, didn't I? So let's add maybe 2 more and then find them in here. Oh yes, we are going to need to add this to the work zone actually because it's currently not in the work zone, I believe. Let's add that there. Oh, and our cassowaries are expecting offspring already, so that's really good. Oh, and our sun bear is about to have another baby. I still need to redo this enclosure, don't I? I might get that done this episode, or I might wait until we end up doing the restaurant build because that way it'll be more related, wouldn't it, to this enclosure? Yeah, I think I've said before that we kind of want some more realistic sun bear climbing structures. We've got some mechanic research company, that's good. So we could get this person on this Arctic theme and that might unlock some new exciting things for us to use. Oh, we've got a new baby bear. Here we are. Oh, I didn't look what gender it is. It's another little girl. Oh, that's really exciting. And I remember we got a name suggestion for a girl. I think it was Becca. So there we are. We're just on a bit of a girl bear roll, clearly, aren't we? It's nice that we've got a gold one as well. She's really good. So maybe we'll keep her and breed with her once these 2 get elderly. How about that? That sounds like a good plan. Oh, and our cassowary is about to have offspring too. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my goodness, we got 2. Wow, they are fertile. So we've got a silver and a gold. Oh, that's so exciting. So that's really good. So I'll have to name them later on as well. So that's basically all of the zoo management that I wanted to do so far. Oh, in fact, actually, I will just... Oh, we've got some mechanical research. That's good. I will get 2 of these Binturongs. Let's get this one and this one. I mean, their immunity is terrible, but that's okay. And we've got some more research. That's good. I'll just go onto Zoopedia. Oh, they really don't need very much. They only need like 200 meters squared, which is good. They need some climbing, grade 2 climb proof over 3 meters. Okay, we can do that. And then 2 to 5. So 2 is enough, and they're shy, so we've got to make sure that we hide them well, but guests can enter their habitat. Oh, that's interesting. And before I start building, we've just got some high quality peafowl babies, so that's exciting. And we've got some more white ones, so that's good, so we can save them and breed from them in future if we end up naming them. So sorry for deleting your named peafowls. I'm a bit heartbroken that I did that, because I really do try to keep you guys as involved as possible with the naming of animals. So I think what I'll do now is I'll go into build mode and I will start building this little section over here for the Binturong, and I will catch back up with you when we are done. Okay, so we are in build mode, and first of all, before I get into talking too much about the build, I just wanted to say sorry for the lack of videos recently. I think it's been a few weeks since I posted last, and this was mainly because I had a little break after the new pack came out, just because I posted more videos than I usually do close together for the release of the Wetlands DLC, and because of that I let myself sort of take a little break afterwards, and then once I'd gotten out of the habit of building, I just found it harder to start again, so sorry about that. But sometimes it's needed, and I'm in a position at the moment where it's also quite inconvenient to make content sometimes, because I haven't yet moved in with my boyfriend and I like to see him as often as I can, but obviously I can't use my PC or record or edit or anything when I'm at his. So when my new house finally does get sorted, I'm hoping that things like that will get a lot easier, because I won't have to organise my life quite so much in order to get anything done. But anyway, we are back and I'm really happy to be back in Planet Zoo. I love playing in this zoo in particular as well, and I was planning to return to one of our sandbox mode zoos at some point, so if you have a preference for which one we look at first, then comment down below. But I must admit I'm almost dreading doing that, because I feel like I've improved a lot as a builder recently, so I know that if I go back into one of those zoos I'll end up wanting to redo loads of sections, or just mean that it will take ages if I do choose to do a build in one of them. So I've been putting it off a little bit, and I just wanted to play in this zoo as well because I'm enjoying it so much. And we are obviously adding the Binturong this episode, and I think next episode we'll focus on the restaurant as well as redoing the sun bear climbing structures as well. But after that I think we should add our first big cat to the series, because I think we're really overdue, aren't we? I mean, we added bears, but they're our only big animal that we've got in the zoo. So someone suggested adding the clouded leopards to the other half of the sun bear building. So it might be nice to do that, because then it will finish off this section of the zoo and then we could move on at a later date. Or I was also going to add the jaguars near the capybara habitat, so we could add the clouded leopards next to the jaguars as a little bit of a big cat area over there, and just put something else in with the sun bears. And then I also want to eventually add the Bengal tigers to the zoo as well. So let me know out of those which you prefer and what you're most interested in seeing next, so I can plan ahead for future episodes. But in terms of the build in this episode, we add the Binturong onto the side of the sun bear habitat because they're obviously from a similar region, and I based the entrance with the ramp on the entrance to the sun bear habitat in Colchester Zoo. And I also did a bit of research before building and made some climbing enrichment based on what a few different zoos seem to have in Binturong enclosures, so hopefully that's a little bit more accurate than my sun bear enrichment. So what I did for that was I used a lot of these natural looking logs and sticks, and then added the string pieces to make it look like they'd been tied to the poles in the ground. And I really like how it ended up looking. I'll do my absolute best to make sure that I've uploaded them as blueprints onto the Steam Workshop by the time this video is released, but when I do eventually add them, they'll be linked in this video description box anyway, so go and have a look there in case you're interested in downloading them for yourself. I've also added some bamboo around the enclosure off camera just to create a bit of a foresty look and to create some places for them to hide around the enclosure as well, because they are shy, so I was very conscious of that. I'm also not the biggest fan of this chain link fence when it's got that climbing protection bit on at the top, because I think it looks a bit ugly, and I'm also not the biggest fan of the way that the fence looks in general as it goes up the terrain in this enclosure, but I didn't know how to make the fencing any better or how to make it look neater or nicer while still keeping it within the theme of this zoo, so I don't know. I think it's alright, but I am happy with how the interior section turned out. I spent a lot of time trying to work out how to make the roofing neat and tidy and how to make the climbing areas look good on the inside as well, and you'll see that I've reused some of the fencing that you've already seen me use throughout this zoo in the section as well. So I used the mesh fencing from the capybara habitat, and then the metal fencing was from near the otter habitat and around the coffee shop in that area. So let me know what you think of the build down in the comments below, and don't forget to comment some name suggestions as well for the next episode. But yeah, that's basically everything that I had to say about this build, and it looks like we're about to go back into real time, so I will catch back up with you shortly. Okay, so I've just finished building the habitat. Before I give you a bit of a tour, we've got some animal welfare issues that I just wanted to sort out, so I think we should just get rid of some of these. Hopefully that should help. Then yes, we got a notification saying that guest think tickets are underpriced, which is really good. So let's increase them to 28 perhaps? 26 for kids. Okay, so as I was saying, this is the Binturong habitat. I did add this talk point and I have set it up, although it looks like it might be sharing a month with another one. I might just put this one to November, and then I think I'll get rid of this sunbears one because we've got 2 for the sunbears and we don't need it. So this is their enclosure. I'm really actually quite happy with how their climbing enrichment turned out, and like I said, I added some bamboo off camera just to sort of fill it out and make it look a little bit more foresty, and also to give them some spots to hide in because they're shy as well, we noticed, didn't we? It's quite a big habitat, but there are only 2 of them at the minute, and it says that there can be up to 5 in an enclosure on Zoopedia. That's good. We've got some space in case they have babies and in case we want to add any more. And then in here they can hang out in here, and it's got one-way glass as well, so hopefully that will help and they won't get stressed because of that. I did add a few more details off camera to this section, so I just redid the doors over here, made this wall the same colour as the exterior. I also changed the colour of this wall over here, and we added some speakers. These haven't actually got anything on them, but there is an educational speaker hidden under the floor here for the Binturong, and these are speakers just to pretend that that's where it's coming out of. So yeah, hopefully they use that and the guests enjoy that. No one's really been coming up here actually though. All of the guests have been looking at the sunbears over here, and they've been looking at the Binturong over here. And then this ramp section is supposed to be like rubber that you get on ramps. I think it's used to actually help with wheelchair access and things like that, to provide grips, but I couldn't tell you that for certain. And then around here is the entrance to the enclosure, and then a little keeper hut over here as well. And I've set up all of the work zones so that everything is as it should be for this enclosure as well. I did that off camera. Oh no, Binturong is stressed. Oh, it's trying to hide. Oh, that's annoying. Well, we might have to just fill in an extra one of these panels with corrugated fencing. I'm just going to ignore that for now because it seems to be sort of going out the way, so it should be okay. And off camera, we had a few animal welfare issues. So let's go to the otters. Oh, it's doing this thing where it just doesn't recognise the water even though it's there. Well, there's quite clearly water because you're in it. I'll remove the water and then put it back. Yes, it did help. Oh, we've got some vet research. So off camera, our little baby tapir aged up. I put him in the trade centre and they're now pregnant again. So I'm thinking, yeah, he's not one that I'm particularly bothered about breeding with in the future because he's not got like a gold or a bronze status or anything. So I'm just going to release to the wild, I think. We're already pregnant with another one. So we also off camera lost our breeding male for our capybaras. Was it a female? Yeah. And then we've got 2 new babies. So let's have a look at the babies actually. They're always so cute. I think I may even have some more names for these guys as well because they were quite popular with name suggestions a couple of episodes ago. Wow, he's rapid. I think we've got 2 boys, 2 little baby boys. They're so speedy. But yeah, I'll put these 2 on contraceptives because we don't want them breeding, and then buy another female, I think. We could get this gold one. She's got really good genes. And then I'll add her straight to the quarantine. Our monkeys are okay. I might just get rid of some of these turtles while I'm here. Our otters don't look too happy, do they? Just reset that water for them. Oh yes, that's fixed it. Oh, this otter's playing with the bubbles. I've not actually seen this animation at all before. That's so cute. Let's check in with our peafowl. We've still got our elderly ones, as well as our breeding ones and our babies that have just bred. Let's release these 3 to the wild, just to make some room in there, and then we can name the rest. Oh, our babaroosas look like they've aged up. Okay, so this one's a baby that's aged up, but it is a gold one, so I might keep him and just get rid of him. Let's just check if she is related to him. No, so his mum is Aspen, who is no longer in the zoo. So we could keep him, which means we'd have to get rid of Bruno, which is fine. Oh, we were going to release to the wild, weren't we? And then take him off contraceptives. And then, I don't know why I didn't notice this when I was with them earlier, but we actually got 3 little baby cassowaries, which is really good. I didn't realise that they had so many at once. So I'll put them on contraceptives just to be safe. And then I'll put Becca on contraceptives as well. And it looks like our baby otters have aged up as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release them to the wild because I want these 2 to keep breeding, and I think our enclosure only has space for 6 otters. So yeah, let's release those to the wild. And our capybara has passed quarantine. I will put her into the trade centre and then into that enclosure. Oh, and by the way, this is our temporary restaurant over here. We could still do with more drinks shops, which seems ridiculous to me, but okay. Well, I guess we're going to have another drinks shop really, aren't we? So I've just got another water shop and I think I'll put it over here. Eventually, this I was thinking would be where the kangaroos would go, and it might be nice to have a kangaroo cafe. And let's get another vendor, put them in the vendor's entrance, and then I'll have to add it to the work zone as well, won't I? Okay, so we've also got some name suggestions. So how about we do that now? Oh no, we did have some more otter name suggestions, but I just got rid of them, didn't I? So they'll have to wait until we have some more babies, but hopefully that will be soon. We got a request to name any animal Edward, so how about we name our new little baby tapir Edward. Then someone wanted to name a little capuchin monkey Mimi, and we've got a little baby girl monkey here, so how about we call her Mimi? There we go, and it looks actually like she's not on contraceptives, so I'll just put her on contraceptives. Then we have got some meerkat name suggestions. So someone suggested Carol after their nan, whose favourite animal is meerkat. How about we call this one Carolyn? And then someone suggested Flower after the alpha female that was on Meerkat Manor, and I used to love that program. So how about we call our alpha female Flower? Then we got some peafowl name suggestions. So we got one for a male to be called Phoenix. So we've got a new male, so how about we call him Phoenix? And then we got a name suggestion for a male white peafowl to be called Ghost. So how about we call him Ghost? And then we've got some for just any animal at all. So we've got Pearl and Daisy. I might call our gold Cassery Daisy because I want to keep her to breed with her in future probably. So we can call her Daisy. Someone asked to call the albino capybara Nova, but we've already named that one. So how about we name one of our white female peafowl Nova instead, because they're just as special in my opinion. I think they're really gorgeous. And then we can name this little baby giant anteater pearl, and then maybe our new Binturong can be called Star. Oh, and we got a suggestion for a capybara as well, for a male to be called Camp. How about we name him Camp then? Let's take a look at our new Binturongs as I sign off then. Oh no, it's getting stinky over there. So yeah, that's it for this episode from me. I really hope you liked it. I hope you liked the build and you enjoyed watching these new Binturongs as well. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and as always, if you liked it, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye everyone.